Now just imagine for a moment a time when you felt even a flicker of warmth deep within you. Maybe it was a smile you caught in the mirror, or a moment where the world seemed to notice your presence. That flicker, it's still there, isn't it? Growing, expanding. Because it knows what you're starting to remember. You're attractive. You always have been. And isn't it fascinating how the more you think about it, the more real it feels? And you might find yourself wondering, how is it that some people seem to know they're worthy of love? Perhaps it's because they have allowed themselves to realize that being good enough, it isn't something you earn. It's something you already are. Yes, even now, even here, even you. And as you let that idea settle, notice how it feels to give yourself permission. Permission to know, to accept, to embrace that you deserve to feel attractive. Because you do. Just as you are. In fact, the more you start to realize that, the easier it becomes to notice the subtle ways the world starts reflected back to you. The glance, the smile, the way you stand a little taller, because you deserve to hold your head high. Is it interesting how sometimes the only thing keeping us from truly stepping into our confidence is the idea that someone else has more of what we want? But here's the truth, deep down, where it matters the most. No one is better than you. No one is more deserving of love, of acceptance or success. The ones who seem to have it all, they're not intimidating. They're just reminders of what's possible for you too. Because after all, you're equally deserving. And as you let that sink in, can you imagine what it would feel like to raise your expectations, to let go of that old story, those old doubts, and instead step into a new way of thinking, a way that says, I'm good enough, I'm more than enough, I deserve this. How good would it feel to finally leave behind that sense of being worthless, or damaged, or bad, and to replace it with something lighter, something truer, like a soft, steady knowing that you're whole, just as you are. Now just picture this. The more you shine, the more you allow your happiness to spill out into the world, the brighter everything becomes. People notice, don't they? And they're drawn to it, to you. Because that light, that joy, that confidence is magnetic. The more you smile, the more you laugh. The more you let yourself have fun, the more the world mirrors it back to you. Because yes, you deserve to have fun. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel attractive and worthy. And maybe, just maybe, now is the time to stop being so hard on yourself, to forgive yourself for everything you thought you did wrong, to give yourself the compassion, the kindness, the love that you've been giving to everyone else. It's your turn. You deserve to feel good, to feel happy, to feel free. And so, as you breathe in and feel this truth settle deeper into your body, into your mind, into your soul, you can let go, can't you? Let go of the need to compare. Let go of any need to question. Because you already know you're attractive, you're worthy, you're enough. And the more you remind yourself of that, the more you allow these truths to guide you, the more natural it becomes to hold your head high, to beam happiness, to embrace love. And isn't that a beautiful thing? To step fully into that version of you that you were always meant to be. To let yourself shine, because you truly deserve it. And isn't it interesting how the moment you begin to entertain the possibility that you're enough, something inside you stirs, like a quiet whisper reminding you that this has always been true. And perhaps as you listen to that whisper now, you can begin to notice how it grows stronger, clearer. Because you know, don't you, deep down, you've always been worthy of love, of happiness, of being seen, truly seen, for the brilliance that you are. And the more you recognize this, the more radiant it becomes to believe, to embody, that you deserve to feel attractive, not someday, not later, but right now. And imagine what happens when you allow yourself to really, truly feel that. When you realize being attractive, it isn't about what you do or what you have. It's about the energy you radiate. And isn't it fascinating how, as you begin to own this, the world starts to respond differently? Because when you decide you're worthy, People, they can't help but notice. You shine differently. You carry yourself differently. And maybe, just maybe, you've always been this way. You just need to remember it. And now as you think about that, you might start to let go of something else. That old habit of comparing yourself to others. As though their beauty or their success or their confidence somehow diminishes yours. But you know better now, don't you? Because you see it so clearly. No one else's light dims your own. In fact, the more you notice someone else's brilliance, the more it awakens your own. It's not a competition. It's a reminder of what's possible for you. A reflection of what's already within you. And isn't that freeing? To know you're not less than anyone. You're not behind. You're not unworthy. You're just as deserving, just as capable, just as radiant. And as you take this in, you might start to feel something shift. A softening, a lifting. As though those old doubts, those thoughts that used to weigh you down, they're just fading away, dissolving, like clouds parting to reveal the sun. Because you see now, don't you? You don't need them anymore. They've served their time, and now it's time to let them go, to step into something lighter, something truer, to embrace the belief that you deserve to feel good about yourself. And let's be honest, doesn't it feel better this way? To stop second guessing, stop shrinking, stop hiding, start allowing yourself to be fully, authentically you. To know the more you shine, the better life gets. The more you smile, the more the world smiles back. And isn't that what you deserve? To feel joy, to radiate confidence, to enjoy the simple, beautiful things that life has to offer. And as you think about that now, notice what happens when you allow yourself to forgive, to release, to stop holding yourself to impossible standards. Because here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect to be lovable. You don't need to have it all figured out to be good enough. You already are. And the more you embrace that, the more you give yourself permission to feel free, to feel whole, to feel happy. And you might even start to notice how much lighter everything feels when you let go of judgment, of yourself, of others, and replace it with compassion. Compassion for the parts of you that are still healing, for the parts of you that tried so hard to protect you, even when it hurt, for the version of you that didn't yet know what you know now, that you deserve love, you deserve joy, you deserve to feel worthy. And perhaps as these truths settle deeper, you can imagine how differently your life could feel when you fully step into this belief. When you raise your expectations, not out of arrogance, but out of self-respect. When you allow yourself to want more, to expect more, to believe that you're worthy of it all. Because after all, isn't that what you've always deserved? And now, as you breathe into this, you might find yourself smiling. A soft, knowing smile. Because you see it now, don't you? That all along, the part to feel this way has been within you. And the more you lean into it, the more natural it feels. To hold your head high, to feel confident and radiant and alive. To forgive yourself for the past. And to step boldly into the future. Because every moment you're choosing to shine, choosing to embrace the truth of who you are. Choosing to believe that you are attractive, you're worthy, and you're more than enough. The more you choose this, the more it becomes who you are. Effortless, unshakable, real. Because this is your truth now, isn't it? You're deserving, you're radiant, you're whole. And the more you embody this, the better life gets.